They were born neither man nor woman, but somewhere between myth and erasure. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer community, intersex, asexual. Let's explore. But the living story of LGBTQIA+. They were born neither man nor woman, but somewhere between myth and erasure. They were seen by the divine but forgotten by the world. They were born from the union of Shiv and Shakti, from temples to treaties, from Shiv Ardhanarishwar to colonial courts. But unfortunately, in kingdoms built by the humans, they were cast out, forced into invisible concerns, silenced by the human laws. What happens when the cosmic ideal of Ardhanarishwar is reduced to societal shame? If we turn back the pages of our sacred stories, in the Bhagavad Puran, Shiv, dazzled by the Vishnu's Mohini form, unites in timeless love, and from this union, Lord Ayappa is born, embodying both Shiva and Vishnu together. On the epic stage of Mahabharata, the enigmatic Shikhandini, born female, was raised as a son and later transformed into Shikhandi with the help of a Yaksh. As a warrior, Shikhandi's presence on the battlefield caused Bhishma to lower his weapons and thus helped tip the scales of war. And back in the Ramayana's verse, a king is born not in the usual way, but through blessing, yes, two widows, divine favor and the miracle of Bhagirath. In the corridors of medieval power also, a subtle yet profound connection once existed. Amir Khusro's account suggests that Alauddin Khilji and his trusted commander Malik Kafur shared an emotional and possibly romantic bond, one built not only on loyalty, skill and ambition, but perhaps even love. These are the examples of historic legacy of homosexuals from the ancient and Mughal time. In 1860-61, the British imposed Section 377 of the Indian Penal Code, branding carnal intercourse against the order of nature, which was considered a crime, punishable by imprisonment also. This marker of repression was unprecedented in India, a land where such identities and expressions had often been woven into the cultural and spiritual fabric. In 2014, the Supreme Court of India written a new chapter in history with the Nalsa versus Union of India ruling. For the first time, transgender individuals were legally recognized as a third gender, empowered to self-identify their gender without invasive medical test or coercion. The court affirmed that transgender people are entitled to full constitutional protection under Articles 14, 15, 16, 19, 1A and 21, emphasizing dignity, expression and equality as non-negotiable rights. Hijras and enunciates were no longer invisible. Instead, they were urged to be included in reservations, welfare schemes and public documents. But this legal victory was not the end. It marked the beginning of a broader movement. If we enter into 2018, when India witnessed another seismic movement, yes, Navtej Singh Johar versus Union of India, a 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court declared that criminalizing consensual same-sex relationships under Section 377 of Indian Penal Code violated fundamental rights to equality, privacy and freedom. The judgment described Section 377 as irrational, arbitrary and manifestly unconstitutional, affirming that LGBTQIA+ individuals are entitled to equal citizenship and constitutional protection. Here the term comes. If we talk about India, India is a land of diversity which celebrates different culture and traditions. But when it comes to accepting different sexualities, there is still a huge taboo around this subject. 74 years of freedom, can you believe that? Which means we are almost 3/4 of a century free, but they still need permission to exist. LGBTQIA+. Yes, we are still Googling what does it even mean, who are they and what do they want. Oh, come on people, let's get real. Let's explore not just the term but the living story of LGBTQIA+ community. Let's decipher this. In this term, L stands for lesbian, means a woman who is attracted to another woman. Like Leela, a woman whose heart sings in harmony with other women. G stands for gay, a man who is attracted to other men. Then there is Gaurav, whose affection is mirrored in the hearts of man. B stands for bisexual, a person who is attracted to more than one gender. Like Bhavna, her path of attraction does not stop at one direction. she finds beauty in more than one gender. T stands for transgender, an individual whose gender identity differs from the sex they were assigned at birth. Yes, like Tara, whose inner self does not match the gender assigned at birth. Then there comes the Q. Q stands for queer community. Queer is an umbrella term that can refer to sexual orientation or gender identity, where no longer label fits, or someone still figuring out their identity. And here is Quinn navigating identity in their own way. I stands for intersex, a person born with sex characteristics that do not fit typically binary definitions of male or female. Like Ira, who arrives born into biology that does not fit the usual boxes of male or female. A stands for asexual, a person who experiences little to no sexual attraction to others. Finally, you have got Aman, whose heart forms deep bonds but without sexual attraction. But the story does not end here. The plus stands for everyone else like non-binary, pansexual, two-spirit, gender fluid, agender and many more. They are the one who don't fit the cisgender heterosexual ideal, who choose authenticity over conformity. In fact, these identities have been part of our stories, celebrated in ancient myth as a Tritiya Prakrit, the third nature born of divine cosmic harmony. Let's explore how that reverent past was overshadowed and what it means to reclaim that legacy today. Modern Indian historians challenge centuries of narrow thinking and illuminate a remarkable truth. Homosexuality was never an outlier in a culture, but a natural, acknowledged aspect of human experience, which is often tied to divine insight. Even today, across Indian households, many cis heterosexual families seek the blessings of Kinnur. Hijra, which literally means one who has left the tribe in Arabic, believing their touch brings protection, but their curse, calamity. As a journey through law and myth draws to a close, remember, acceptance is not a charity, it is a recognition of humanity. As one advocate beautifully put it, inclusivity is not an act of charity but a reflection of humanity. The law has forged a path from dignity to discrimination, from recognition to rights. Yet, true justice blooms not in courtrooms but in living rooms, workplaces, streets, and schools. They are not asking to be seen as different, they are asking to be seen as humans. When we welcome the transgender and queer community not as others but as our own, that is when India truly evolves. Trans joy is resistance. Trans voices matter. Live authentically, love freely.